the Cowboys put together a perfect blend of youth and experience. Todd Archer in his latest piece today. His headline goes, Cowboys hope Stephon Gilmore and Brandin Cooks lead the way to the Super Bowl. And obviously for Brandin Cooks, who will be 30 by the time we get to late September, Stephon Gilmore into his early 30s now bring a wealth of experience when it comes to postseason success. Brandin Cooks having played in a couple of Super Bowls, while also Stephon Gilmore having played in a Super Bowl and winning one as well.
New England.
That's right. Ronald Jones even is a two-time Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But when you look at the Cowboys, of course, 27 years and counting the last time this team hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. Gilmore will be 33. Cooks will turn 30 when September rolls around. But you're looking at this group when it comes to a young core on defense, especially with Trevon Diggs, Micah Parsons, and obviously what they have going on that side. And then with CeeDee Lamb on the other side, part of a young trio on defense and offense combined.
Tony Pollard's young too.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, 27 years of age, as well. So you've got a lot of guys here with some youth, but you also have plenty of guys with experience when you're talking about the Zach Martins of the world, the Tyron Smiths of the world, DeMarcus Lawrence, Leighton Vander Esch. There's been plenty of individuals that have experience, but now I think you've put together a good amount of experience with young, talented players that you're hoping that the learning that they do together will push them to even higher heights going into next year's season. Even Tyler Smith included in that as well as a young player there.
Yeah, I'm not even looking as much as the ages that I'm looking at. You didn't deconstruct a team that won 12 games and won a playoff game, and you just didn't just get rid of all of it. But you did make some moves. You made some moves to freshen it up a little bit, and you did some moves that the Cowboys don't make moves in March. Aren't they supposed to be on their Jerry's yacht on vacation, spring break?
And
no,
sorry,
they shocked the world.
25,
I told you, John.
I'm sorry.
So at the same time, I'm like, okay, that's why a lot of people like this move. Somebody ranked the Cowboys move the sixth best offseason move so far this year out of the entire NFL, the sixth best, which is saying something because normally they don't make any moves. I like the way the roster looks right now, but I still think there's a piece they could get. Bobby Wagner some kind of way. If you get Bobby Wagner some kind of way, there you go, another veteran leader on a young, hungry defense.
Yeah, that would be the final Infinity Stone if you're into that sort of thing with Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
That you can add.
Thanos.
That you could add with Bobby Wagner. But 25-year-old Tony Pollard, you've got CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, good young core. But it's going to be the veterans that they have filled at key spots with Stephon Gilmore and Brandin Cooks that I think helps raise the ceiling for this team. And Dak Prescott as well, cutting down on the turnover problem, now has a chance with a good offense here to really make some things happen. But this all starts and ends with Mike McCarthy, the changes that he has made with his coaching staff. Brian Schottenheimer with a lot of experience as an OC in this league, working alongside a guy in Mike McCarthy who going into year 4 of his 5-year contract feels like the sense of urgency is now. And Dak Prescott's talked about it some with how this team needs to move. He is watching his friends walk out the door year after year now. La'el Collins gone. Zeke Elliott gone now.
Amari Cooper gone.
He's looking around like, oh, it's about me, Tyron, and Zach around here, on this offense, kind of the elder statesman all of a sudden on this team offensively.
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence really the one on the defense.
Well, it's real simple as well. You mentioned the coaching staff. I did like the coaching staff moves. Don't get me wrong. I do like what they did, and I especially was saying this before they even got rid of Kellen Moore. I was saying it. I was like, Dak, at his age, is going to be 30 this summer. He needs a veteran voice in his ear. I really admire the way Kellen Moore learned on the job. Brilliant mind, but he's a young, brilliant mind. His regular season resume speaks for itself. But when you get to the playoffs, that's where he can't, because he hadn't done it enough. You follow me? I'm talking about Kellen Moore. Mike McCarthy said, look, I don't want a Super Bowl calling my own damn plays. I'm going to call my plays. If I'm going to get fired, I'm going to call my own plays. Now you got Brian Schottenheimer, who knows how to execute his plays. Because guess what? Brian Schottenheimer was the son of Marty Schottenheimer, who gave Mike McCarthy his first gig when he was an assistant. So there's all that. They've been knowing each other forever, for 30 years it seems. with that being said, he can say, Brian, this is what I need. And he can also game manage at the same time. Brian can implement the stuff doing that. In other words, if Mike McCarthy's the head coach, he can be, Brian Schottenheimer can be his Eric Bieniemy for Andy Reid. Same thing. They're on the same page. You follow what I'm doing? It's not Andy Reid implementing the offense during the week. But guess what? When it's time to say, okay, what's the plan look like? Are we going to be aggressive this game or at halftime? You know what? There's some things that we need to get done. Kellen Moore couldn't make no adjustments. Either the script worked or it didn't. 2 years ago in the playoffs against San Francisco, the script did not have a lot of touches for CeeDee Lamb or Tony Pollard. How the hell does that happen? That's called youth. You've got knowledge. That's the youth of Kellen Moore. He can take that knowledge to the Chargers, and him and Justin Herbert can grow up together. But with Dak Prescott and the clock ticking, no, you need some wisdom in his ear. And Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer can give Dak some wisdom in game in the playoffs, assuming they make it again.